Hello and welcome to another edition of ProtoMet Tries, and in today's video I'm going to be trying the third of the Tapatío Ramen Noodle soup varieties, this time Birria, and the last couple I've been having have been less than impressive. They've been a bit too hot sauce flavored, and just hot sauce on its own just doesn't do it for me. Even the chicken one just kind of was mostly just hot sauce, and according to my buddy Tank, who has actually done this particular flavor already, I'm not going to have much of a different. I'm not going to care for this one much either, but who knows? Maybe this will be a bit of a surprise. We'll just have to see in 3, 2, 1. Get this top off. Get this stirred up a bit. Now, I'm expecting this to have a bit of a beef flavor, and already the scent is a bit different from the other ones. Can you see that? Not very well. And well, let's get a stronger scent of it. It's almost got a cinnamony scent to it. I wonder if I've said that before. I think I said that with the curry cup noodle I tried. Now to give it a taste. It does have a heat to it. It does take a bit for the heat to really set in, which actually gives you a bit of time to actually taste some of the flavors. I can't really say that it's very much a beef flavor, although it does say that it is an artificial beef flavor under Birria flavor. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's in kind of small text, and this is way wobbling around. But it did indicate that there was a beef flavor to it. I'm not super familiar with Birria. I'm not sure what Birria is supposed to take. I'm not sure if Birria... I don't think it's the Spanish word for beef. I think that's carne. Carnes? I'm not super fluent in Spanish, and I'm just operating under the assumption that Birria is a Spanish word for something. But for all I know, it could be a Spanish word for Birria. Birria could just be its own thing. But yeah, it's got a decent heat to it. It doesn't quite smell or taste as much like a hot sauce as the last couple were. I'm gonna give a bit of the broth of a taste. It's got a brown broth. I don't want to tilt that. Also, I got a bit of cabbage in there, so that's what I'm chewing on. It doesn't have a strong hot sauce flavor like the last couple of Tapatío varieties have had. I would actually say that I prefer this over those other two flavors. That having been said, I'm not too sure that I would pick this up again and have it on a regular basis. I'm glad that while there is a fair amount of heat, there actually is some flavor to it that isn't just spicy or hot sauce flavor. There is a bit more to this than I initially anticipated. So if I had to pick out of the 3 Tapatío flavors I've tried so far, this one is at the top. But I still have one more to try out next week. I do know that there are like tomatoes, carrots, some pepper. Try to see what else is in there. Bok choy, roasted rice. Not sure. I didn't see any rice. Cabbage, like I anticipated. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that I can recognize as being something that would be one of the flakes that are included, as opposed to something that could be like just a minuscule amount of it. To try and give you an idea of what is all in this besides noodle and broth. So yeah, Tank, turns out you were not as right as you thought. Though I do appreciate kind of giving me a heads up, but this actually surprised me. Again, not something I would pick up and have again, but if I had to, I would pick this over the other 2 flavors I've tried so far. However, like I said, the last flavor I might be trying next week might be the topper. I'm actually looking forward to that. I have a not so interesting story about that when I get to it, but that'll be for next week. But yeah, not terrible. I find it enjoyable enough to want to finish it without feeling the need to rush out and get another. Moving my hands a bit, not sure why. Maybe they're pointing at stuff. I don't know. I have lost all control of my life. But anyway, until next time, I'm ProtoMet. See ya.